Hey guys, welcome back. Just doing a little pick-me-up. I was gonna definitely try and hold off on opening this, but the packs definitely brightened my day. So we're gonna go ahead and open this. We have some more sealed product coming in. So as much as we were planning on holding this off, we're just gonna open Darkness Ablaze. However, this first part of the video is just gonna be just half the box for now. And then we'll probably do the other half at a later time. So, with our Vivid Voltage box, we had a pretty good pull on the first pack. So, let's see what happens on the first pack for this one. But yeah, we've got some of those shiny V high cards coming in, those 10-pack booster packs from Japan. So we're interested to see what we get in those. As far as I'm tracking, you can't pull a Rainbow Rare VMAX Charizard from a Darkness Ablaze booster box. It has to be from Champion's Path. So yeah, as much as we were really hoping we could pull that, I think the best we can pull is just a VMAX Charizard. Oh, so that's that's the reverse holo followed by Swanna. So not mega pulls on the first pack like Vivid Voltage, but doesn't mean we won't get good pulls. Just not off the first pack like Vivid Voltage. As I said, we're just going to do the first half of the box and go from there. Just trying to switch up the content a little bit because, as you know, we were doing quite a few, hey, these are the cards we're going to send into the PSA videos. We have more of those lined up, and we're only doing half the box for now. Also, one, because then it lets me have something to do later in the day to open up the other half. And two, what's after this one? Oh, hey. Soy Queen, not bad. Because I just don't want to bore y'all with cards we're sending into the PSA constantly. They're a little bit long and drawn out, and doing half a booster box isn't as drawn out. A full booster box is pretty long. Half a booster box did not too long. These packs are kind of hard to open. I don't know how I feel about that because they're not supposed to be that difficult. But I don't see any other signs of reseal. Granted, I bought this straight from a card store and it was sealed, but you never know. Speaking of sealed stuff, and I think y'all are gonna know what I'm talking about. It was a pretty big controversy and the card community. It was, oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, got a V Internatus. I'll take that for sure. It happened, I think, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was when the YouTube channel Dumb Money bought a first edition sealed base set booster box from, oh, I forget what he goes by, but I know like his Twitter or something is King of Crypto or something. He's the collectible guru, that guy. He brought that first edition base set. If you don't know the story, Dumb Money bought a first edition base set booster box sealed from Collectible Guru to open on their channel because it was crazy expensive. I think they paid like 300 plus grand for it. And Collectible Guru was the one who apparently had a seller who had 3 of them from back in the day and like verified that the 3 never left a gun safe. They had been sitting in the gun safe for 20 plus years, and when they opened it on the channel, you can see Collectible Guru, they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna open it here live, and like he like starts sweating. He's like, oh, you're opening it here right now, live? Okay. And like, that's not the biggest sign. I don't think he was. Like, he definitely looked super sweaty. But granted, I've shaved my head off before, and you just get sweaty easily when you're bald. So I don't think that. I don't think like that threw him off. That like they were going to be opening it live right then and there. I'm pretty certain he walked into that kind of knowing that, just that they were YouTubers and it was a YouTube channel. And he probably knew the premise of it being like, oh yeah, they're gonna want to open this. So, and it wouldn't matter whether it was live or not, whether he was there. Like they knew he was the seller, and like they would have gotten their money back. So they open it, and it turns out that like a bunch of the stuff is resealed, and Collectible Guru's like, oh, I'm getting on the phone right now. I'm talking to the original seller, find out what's going on. He's supposed to be a trustworthy source, And he calls him on the phone, and like it seems so ungenuine when he's talking to this guy on the phone. Granted, we can't hear what the other guy is saying. We just hear what Collectible Guru is saying, and the thing that kind of makes... So a lot of people are pretty certain that Collectible Guru... So you don't know. That is also the other absolute... This is pretty much as good as it can get without being... I guess maybe you can get the Rainbow Charizards. I'm tracking you're not supposed to be able to pull Rainbow cards from Darkness Ablaze, not the Champion's Path, whatever. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I gotta find a penny sleeve. I'm gonna have to do a little swap. Hold on, because I don't have a sleeve right next to me, so I'm just gonna... Sorry. So yeah, that's pretty nice. That made my morning. So they go through the box. Turns out that it's resealed, and at first I'm still trying to believe Collectible Guru, in terms of, it must have been resealed by the original seller or by his grandfather without him knowing, and I believe that up to the point that they pulled cards, I think they said some of these cards are from 2020. When they said that, that's when I was like, okay, so it definitely seems like Collectible Guru was the one who resealed this, because granted, the person could have done it too, but the reason, just Collectible Guru putting himself in that position, and the other box he got from that same seller later being like a genuine box. Well, people think Collectible Guru did. Sorry if I'm losing some of y'all if you haven't seen the story. They're fairly certain Collectible Guru bought a genuine box from this person. But Collectible Guru also had his own first edition base set box that he had resealed. And his intentions were, I'm going to buy this real one off my seller. I'm going to sell the fake one to Dumb Money. And when it is opened on Dumb Money's YouTube channel announcing that it was sold and brought by me by hand, then I can claim a refund for my money for the real one from the original seller. So that is like, that's what I believe happened. That's what a lot of people are kind of arguing. The reason why that seems believable, as I said, is specifically when they opened up the resealed box and they said these cards are from 2020. The reason why that's believable, that makes it Collectible Guru is the person who did it and not the original seller, is because Collectible Guru still went and bought the second box from the original seller. and that one happened to be a real box, I would not go back and buy from someone who sold me a fake $300,000 box in the first place. So what that so the fact that Collectible Guru still trusted that person kind of makes that weird. And then on top of that, it doesn't help Collectible Guru's story that the second box that the guy sold him was 100% real. And then it also doesn't help Collectible Guru's story that the dude refunded Collectible Guru. So I'm pretty certain, and so is most of the community, that Collectible Guru has this original base set first edition box. Now, if I had to guess what Collectible Guru is going to do with it, he's either going to private sell, and so that way there's no tracking of him selling it. Because if he sells a first edition base set box now sealed, it's going to be a question of where did you get that? Because there's only a couple left in the world, and he won't be able to say because that one he has is from that original seller. That's a real box, and or the only really best option he can do is he can open that box himself and have all those cards graded and sell those cards individually, and then there's really no way to track, oh, something big is coming up. So if you don't know, these are some of the big pulls clearly you want Charizard, but that Rainbow VMAX and Turnimus is probably one of the big pulls that you're shooting for. The Charizard, and also to include this Butterfree VMAX. So right now the pulls are pretty comparable right now to Vivid Voltage. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, I don't think Collectible Guru was being honest. I think Collectible Guru, his seller, had sold him a real box, and I think Collectible Guru is the one who resealed a box he already had, and I think that was his idea, and then that way he could basically get a first edition base set sealed box for himself. And on top of that, because he eventually sold a second one to dumb money, one, he made a little bit of money off of that probably from the seller, and two, now that he has the one and the other one got opened and then that was a higher established price, the one he now has is worth even more because there's less of them in the world because the one just got opened on the channel, and two, because they paid that high-end price of like $375,000 for it, his extra one that he has is now basically guaranteed to be worth $375,000, but that was based on a set price, knowing now that there's also less in the world. That one he has is probably worth like upwards of $425,000. So essentially, Collectible Guru has scammed some legit seller out of $425,000. And I am wondering if we're going to see some sort of illegal court case battle around Collectible Guru, because I don't think I would willy-nilly just let that go. I would probably believe my family if they said, because the story of the seller is, yeah, no, my grandfather bought these and we just put them into a gun safe and kept them there untouched. And if my other box was real, which it was, and I still have one more box left, here comes another question of how far can the legal battle go. See, and this sucks though. Look at this. This is fresh pack. Granted, this is just the code card, but look how beat up this is from a pack pull, man. That's rough. And I hate that that's happening. I don't know why that's happening to pack pulls lately. So the question comes into play, if this guy takes him to court, he's won. Basically, he can use the second box that was opened on dumb money as evidence to, hey, this was another box that I sold them. This was in the same group of boxes that never left the gun safe. I'm fairly certain that what my family is telling me is true, that these boxes have not been tampered with. And it doesn't help. It doesn't help Collectible Guru's case that the packs and cards that were found in the resealed box some of the cards were from 2020. Why that doesn't help his case if that happens is because it would make more sense for the story of those packs being resealed by like someone outside of the family if the cards were in closer to the base set generation. If it doesn't make sense that, hey, I've had control of these cards for a while now as the owner versus my grandfather. I see something big coming up. I'm pretty certain there's something big coming up. Oh, wait, there is something big after this one. And it is Houndoom V. So not mega, but, still pretty big. Pretty cool. It would help Collectible Guru's case if the cards that would have been resealed were closer to that original era, because it doesn't make sense for those cards to be from the 2020 era if that person had resealed them back in the day. And I don't think that person resealed them right before he sold Collectible Guru those boxes. And as I said, since the second box was real, that also doesn't help Collectible Guru's case. So the only extra evidence that that person will be able to uphold against Collectible Guru is if they open the third case in the court of law. And why would that help their case is because if that one is also real, it kind of indicates that first one that they sold should have been real, because it's all under the same story that none of this stuff left the gun safe. We aren't really big Pokemon collectors. We just happen to hold on to it, and this happened to pay out. And that's a pretty fair story. It's definitely in better light than someone who's known for wanting to make a ton of money off physical assets. That's what Collectible Guru is known for. Who's known for being kind of putting out incorrect information, also something he's known for. And it doesn't help that he was the one in the middle of buying and selling this basically illegitimate box. And I think that if they took him to the court of law, they could probably get more than their money back. I think he would be forced to pay what the box would have been worth. I think he would also be forced to pay basically a penalty fee for them having to open that third box. Because once you open the box, because really a lot of people are paying an extra like $100,000 basically because the box is sealed, I think he would be forced to pay a fee for them having to open that box in the court of law, their third box, to prove that they are not at fault. And then I think also you have to pay a little bit of a penalty fee for basically ruining their name for a little bit, because that's kind of a big deal when you're saying, oh man, this dude sold me a fake $300-something item. That's not good. That kind of really hurts someone's reputation. And I think this is all going to really backfire in Collectible Guru's face. Now, what's probably, these people they're probably not thinking they can take him to court. It probably wouldn't be the first thing on my mind either, but I really hope that happens. I really hope we get to see that. I really hope that they get justice for if their box was real, and I really do think that their original box was real, and I think that Collectible Guru is keeping it, and if not, he's probably already opened it, or he's probably negotiating a private sell with someone else. Um, so, uh, I think that their box was real, and I think that they should get justice for it. I know I say justice a lot for some of those who are new to the channel or don't understand the hobby. You know, 300 something $1,000 was pretty much lost because someone basically stole it. Oh, okay, so that is half the box so far, and our two main pulls, and we got some decent pulls, but of course our two main pulls were a rainbow, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Eternatus VMAX and a VMAX Butterfree. So this one's definitely pretty much as good as it gets. That's pretty awesome. And then Butterfree VMAX. So even though the main thing on the box is the VMAX Charizard, getting a Rainbow VMAX Eternatus is pretty awesome. We'll probably do the other half of the box later today, but we're just going to go ahead and do this. What is rough, as I said, and I pointed out with the code card, is I don't think these cards are going to get 10s. They're like a little roughed up on the sides, which kind of sucks. That's really upsetting because, you know, they're brand new, sealed pack, sealed everything, and the cards don't like they're in perfect condition, but still really great pulls. Some other hollows, but really these were the main two big ones from that first half. So maybe we'll get lucky and pull some more VMAX and rainbows on the other half. And so just stay tuned until we open the other half. Thanks. Bye.